Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Gabrielle. Welcome to Living with Spice. I'm going to be doing a general card reading for Leo, and this is for the 5th through to the 11th of July or thereabouts. Now Leo, this is a general reading. We're going to take a look at where your focus is at the moment, where your energy is being directed, and the likely events that are going to pop up for this coming week. There'll be a message from the divine to assist you. However, if you'd like a private reading, my details are in the description box below. If you are new to my channel, a very warm welcome to you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell, the notification bell, so you are notified of upcoming videos and readings. All right, Leo, let's get into the reading for the week and see what is in store for you. Leo, thank you for joining us for your reading. This is for the 5th through to the 11th or 12th of July. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull some tarot cards from this fairy tarot deck and see what is coming up for you in terms of current energy and future energy. Thank you, Spirit. What have we got for Leo for this week coming? Cards want to sort of jump out today. All right, thank you, Spirit, for your guidance for Leo. For Leo, what is going on for Leo, the 5th through to the 11th of July? Thank you, Spirit, for Leo. Message for Leo. All right, so Leo, what we have initially is Queen of Autumn. Okay, a few shifts happening for you, particularly around your pentacles, which is your finances. All right, so first up, the energy is Queen of Autumn. So this is about you stepping into that sort of very practical energy, being very wise about making your decisions and thinking about next steps and how you're going to proceed with your plans. Now, you have the ability to make things look more glamorous, to position things in a very favourable way, and to see the positives in a situation. Now, someone is going to come across your path that's going to help you manifest your dreams or help you to further progress your plans this week. So you are feeling on top of your game in terms of your desire to progress and to make positive changes. So you start the week with a very positive mindset and really thinking about how you want things to improve. So it's more about taking a practical approach, looking at what steps, what's in your plan, who do you need assistance from, who can help you with your plan, and what resources do you need in order for this to happen. So it's also about accessing your intuition to know how to leverage the timing and the resources around you. So the Queen energy, never mind whether it's male or female, is being very intuitive, being savvy, knowing who to ask, when to ask, and to really think about your plans from beginning all the way through to the end of how it potentially will unfold, and giving yourself a bit of a timeline around it as well as what's coming to me. A rough estimate. Yeah. Now, you are having a few moments where you are being affected by your circumstances. So a little bit of fear energy is creeping up, particularly at night time. And sometimes you can dip into that worst case scenario thinking. So watch out for that, Leo. It does kind of sneak up on you. And you'll have a tendency to let this grow a little bit out of control, So, the mind can run away with us when we have the plan, and then you dip into that energy of fear where you think, oh, how am I ever going to make this happen? How am I going to have the resources, the time? I don't have all the information. So be very careful that you manage your thoughts this week so they don't run away with you, because it's just you being affected by your emotions and your fear. Yeah. So the idea, the way to be able to counteract that is to do some research. So the Eight of Autumn is the same as the Eight of Pentacles. So go and get a little bit of information. Spend some time researching on how you're going to achieve the next steps in your plan. So it may be that you need to get onto the internet, get a little bit more information, do some research, speak to someone who's knowledgeable in the area. And certainly do everything with a view to managing this long-term project. So having an idea about not how to fix things in the immediate term, but what do you need to do to get your long-term goal? Have you spent enough time visualizing about what it is that you really want and what you're aiming for? And, that long-term goal may be much further down the track. It's going to be different for all of you, but you need to have an idea about how you're going to get there. This is not a short ride to your destination for what you are planning. Yeah. Now, with the same theme in mind, 10 of Autumn is 10 of Pentacles. Now, this is you really understanding, getting clarity now. Once you've done your research, you start to get some clarity around what is possible. So your energy shifts and you're starting to feel a sense of hope. So you're planning your finances, you're using your money wisely, you're starting to feel a little bit more abundant. So your energy is lifting now because there is a sense of hope and optimism. And you're starting to make wiser choices. So instead of spending freely, put it into a savings account for that next step in order to achieve your long-term goal. This is also about an energy of being grateful for connections, family connections, or what is like family for you, and thinking in terms of what you're doing and what you're creating. How is it going to leave a longer lasting legacy? It's also about how does what you're doing today going to affect those who are closest to you. How do you want it to be? So when we're talking about long-term plans, we're talking about how it's going to affect others around you. So keeping in mind that you're not looking for a quick, easy solution to make yourself feel better today. It is, what am I wanting to build? What am I wanting to create? Who's going to be a part of that plan? How do I incorporate all of this so that I achieve the ultimate outcome? The ultimate outcome is feeling the abundance of being connected with those that you love. It's having everything in your life that it is that you want. And so it is considering who's in your plan and who's a part of your life as you are moving forward. And then, so it's a beautiful, lovely sequential stage in terms of you starting out with the right intentions and realizing research is important and planning for the long term. We're now starting to get momentum of energy. So the Wheel card, which is right in the middle of your reading, Leo, lets us know that delays are over. So you've got to do the pre-work, the preparation, before you get to the manifestation, before that door of possibility opens for you. But when it does, it's like everything sort of comes in line, and at the right moment, at the right time, the opportunity presents itself for you to make a move, whatever that move is. Now, speaking of moving, some of you will be traveling. Some of you will be moving further on in your life, moving towards something, moving towards someone. Sorry, Leo, just a bit of a disturbance there. So with the Wheel card, we know that delays are over, momentum is in progress now, and that's going to mean different things for each of you. However, it is signaling that there's movement and change in your life. You are moving on to the next thing. So yes, it could involve some travel or moving to a new job, new location, new home, whatever it is. It comes quickly. Once wheels are set in motion, it comes quickly, and there's good luck and good fortune is with you because an opportunity presents, and bam, you're able to take that opportunity when it comes. Yeah. Now, all of this is part of the bigger picture, Leo, is that you're recognizing that you've reached a time in the life where it's time to let go of certain people and things in your life that no longer serve you. So things haven't been working out and for a little while now, and you're realizing that in order to improve your life and to get back onto the path of what you're meant to be doing, it's time to move on. And that means letting go of certain people in your life that perhaps I know it's no longer healthy for those people to be in your life, or it may be that there's certain things that you need to let go of and move on from there. So it's time to focus on what's most important for you, your purpose in life, whatever that purpose is for you. And it's quite likely for many of you there's going to be a focus on your career. But certainly it's the main message is that the focus is on what is most important for you. So whatever that purpose is, whatever that passion is in your life, and how that looks for you, how you want that to evolve, and the way you visualize that manifesting in your life, now's the time to really devote all of your attention to that. So, as we mentioned before, doing the research and the planning and visualizing what it is, the steps you need to take, who's involved, what resources, how it's going to look for the long term. This is what you need to focus on. So if things in your life have been distracting you from that focus, now, Leo, is the time to sharpen your focus and get back to what's most important, and to live in a way that's healthy for you. So it's getting rid of toxic situations, things that are not serving you, things that just don't feel that they resonate with your vibration or your focus. So as you transition from one place or time or period of your life to the new, it's going to feel a little uncomfortable. And there will be moments where you're in a little bit of fear, or there's a bit of, there's a few challenges or obstacles that come up that you have to deal with. So as you're going through this, it's not about avoiding the obstacles. It's more a case of how are you dealing with it. So be sure that your communication is clear, concise and clear. We don't want drama. We don't want chaos. We want clear communication. It's very interesting because the Ace of Winter is the same as the Ace of Swords, so you are going to find it quite easy to be very direct, and that's a good thing. And it's come because after a long period of frustration and challenges and things not flowing for you, you're now very clear. And so it's very easy for you to deliver communication clearly. Be careful not to be too cutting as you express yourself. But along with this energy, of course, is that you're going to have a lot of new ideas, and there's going to be a lot of inspiration where you can start to implement those ideas. You're feeling a lot more positive, a lot more focused, so it's going to be easier for you to now put those steps into place and to see your bigger plan start to unfold and to manifest. Now, if you're feeling the wobbles on some occasions, some days will be great, some days will be less great. Spirit is just reminding you, you've got the strength to do this. You really do. There is absolutely no need for you to doubt the pathway forward for yourself. So it's about maintaining your dignity and composure, and really to remember that you've got this, you can do this. So that we've got the Strength card here. This is typically a Leo card anyway. You're able to have incredible inner strength, but also to maintain your composure, to be kind as you move forward. But this is about being direct. It's being purposeful and focusing all of your attention and energy on where it needs to go. Yeah. So it's also in those moments, it's about really loving who you are and embracing how wonderful you are, that you've got this, you can do this, you understand your value, your talents, your strengths, and you're really focused on what it is what your purpose is. Beautiful. Now, just a little word of caution as you're going through this period of change. Maintain your ability to be practical and objective, because sometimes, Leo, when you're feeling like you need to do a bit of self-care, there's a little bit of retail therapy that sneaks up now and again. Spirit is just reminding you, be careful with your resources and manage them wisely, okay? Be sure to... what am I trying to say? Create balance and moderation with what you spend and what you save. Yeah. So it's not about being stingy. Yes, as always, Leo, you're very generous, but it is about watching the pennies and making sure there's a beautiful balance between living it up and feeling scarcity because you've spent it all. So just be aware, be wise, and be practical. What I'd also like to suggest from the Four of Autumn or the Four of Pentacles card is when you're managing your resources, it's also about managing your energy and that you don't overgive in an area that's not going to serve you or give you good return. So don't overgive your time and your energy. Be just mindful of how you spend your time and your energy and that you spend it wisely. So it may mean being more concise. It may be that you leverage the assistance of others in order to achieve things. But all the while, as you're doing this, is you're creating balance and managing your time and your finances and your resources wisely. You're also being sure to be very clear with your communication about your expectations and what your plans are. Again, I keep getting and giving a time frame around that because that helps people to understand in context your expectations. Okay, interesting. Let's pull a few cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Thank you, Spirit. Can you give us a little bit more information for Leo in this week? What else do they need to be aware of for this week? Oh, that's interesting. We've got the Two of Cups energies come up here. You're going to connect with someone who's there's going to be a reconnection. And this energy is part of your plan going forward. So Leo, this is a connection to spirit, a connection to a loved one. It is a connection that helps you or assists you to move forward. And when I say to move forward, our plans in life are not always in isolation to others. You know, you've recognized that you've reached a point in time where it's time to move on and to let go of things that are not serving you anymore. And it's refocusing to get back on the pathway for your purpose, what it is that you truly want in life, being the person that you know you want to be and need to be. And part of that, of course, we never live in isolation to other people. So there's going to be new people or new energies or a reconnection with an energy that's going to be part of the plan going forward. Now, it's going to be a different story for different people. This is a general reading. For some of you, it's a reconnection with a love energy, your soulmate connection. For others of you, it's reconnecting with your purpose and what you're passionate about and what it is that sets you on fire and gets you back in the zone of being who you are. So it's reconnecting with that energy, and that energy may be multiple people, or it may be, you know, the career of your dreams or the job of your dreams, projects and that sort of thing. So it's reconnecting and feeling back in the zone and centered with your purpose and who you are. And yes, some of you, a reconnection with a loved one. Thank you, Spirit. What else for Leo in this week? Yeah, there's a little bit of fiery energy here. So now, initially, we've got, as you're going through the motions here and you are letting go and moving on, you're experiencing some challenges as part of this process of moving on. But there's, you know, we tend to engage the emotions after the head, after our mind has made the decision, and the emotions tend to catch up. And there will be a moment where the emotions catch up, where you're feeling a little drained in your energy, a little disappointed, but it's a moment in time, Leo, so don't place too much importance on it. And remember, there will be a moment probably when you let your fears get the better of you, but Spirit is saying don't dwell on those fears. It's truly just a moment in time, okay? So shift it if you can, and be sure to focus on the possibilities and what it is that you do have and what you can be grateful for, rather than spilt cups, disappointments. That's sort of indulging in something that's personal when you're grieving, rather than stay in that space for too long. Come back to what you know, get yourself up and going, and come back to what you know is existing in your life that's going to benefit you and is wonderful and is positive and is about your future going forward. Now, as you do this, you are starting to restore balance again. And we did talk about achieving a balance with your resources in life, but also you making the decision to create balance and come back to your purpose and back to center is what assists you to move forward. You are certainly happy when you get to that place of realization that you can do this, and being you feels good. It's coming back to a place of authenticity, and stress and burdens just melt away, and balance is being restored back into your life, which is beautiful. There's peace, inner peace, when once you've made that decision and the wheels start to be set into motion and you are happy because things are now starting to be resolved. Now, we know that it's not a flick of the switch usually, that these things take a bit of time. There's things that need to happen, to evolve, but this is what you're moving towards, is that balance and that justice of things, balance being restored in your life. Yeah, so I do see that there's a little bit of toing and froing here, and that it will require some conscious choices and decision making, Leo. So this is you juggling. There's a few moments where you're sitting on the fence, and then you're moving this side, and then you're moving that side, and it feels a little tough there for a moment, but you get there. You get there. It's more of an inner struggle than anything else. So come back to what it is that you know is authentically you, where there feels peace within rather than tension. Listen to your body as you're going through this transition, Leo. Your body will tell you whether you're feeling relieved or whether you instantly tighten because there's pressure and stress and worry. And remember, the energy at the beginning of the reading was you being in the Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Autumn energy, which is really making good decisions from a practical and objective standpoint. This is being wise. This is leveraging all of your resources wisely and, taking that practical approach. And that's how you negate the mental wobbles of when your mind wants to go down the rabbit hole. So when you're feeling a little challenged by balancing things, and when obstacles come up and you have to deal with choices and decisions, remember to take a practical approach and be clear with your communication. Now, we've had the Strength card come out twice in your reading today. So this is an emphasis to remind you that you can do this. You've got the ability, you've got the inner strength. Combine that with compassion for yourself and kindness as you deliver communication, as you deliver that to others. Do it with kindness, okay? But if there is a moment of any doubt, Spirit is reminding you, you've got this. And this is about the divine also stepping in to help you here. You're not alone. You are being divinely guided. So listen to your intuition. See the nudges. You're going to be shown the steps along the way to get there to where you need to go. Now, there will be busy times as a result of these changes. There's going to be a lot of action, a lot of busyness, and yes, you are going to be required to jump through a few hoops, as it were, to get to where you want to go. But have courage to keep going, stay focused, be practical, don't let your fears get the better of you, and this is all going to work out a lot better than you think. Now, we did have the message of the Two of Cups here, and interestingly enough, we got the Lover's card in here. So there's very much someone who is prominent in your energy at the moment, who is going to be a part of that picture going forward, who's going to assist you to achieve your goals and your dreams, and certainly for some of you, a beautiful romantic connection and energy. And for some of you, that means a soulmate energy. So it's a reconnection and a reconciliation is what I'm seeing here. And so it's interesting, but what I'm really sensing is there's a real sense of purpose, a sense of shared purpose here. And there's a lot of delight in reconnecting with someone who has a shared purpose with you, Leo. And I feel that this is what lights you up, and this is part of your future plan going forward. Is feeling that connection. There's very much a physical connection here. For some of you, there's incredible chemistry here, and this is part of your dream plan. This is part of what it is that you're moving towards. So remember, we've got you making the decision to leave what no longer serves you in your life, to refocus on what's important to you, and thinking about the long term and what it is that you're creating going forward. And there's a focus on your career and finances, which is part of the plan for you to move forward, part of this long-term plan. And then there's reconnection with, or connecting with your soulmate, with that special person. Beautiful. Okay, let's keep going forward. What does Leo need to know in this time? So I'm going to pull a card from the Queen of Moon Oracle deck. So thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful guidance for Leo in the first week of July. This is really making a choice. I've got two cards that popped out here. This is really committing to you is what I'm sensing. The energy around this, Leo, is the journey to committing to yourself. Wow. Well, this is interesting. Two cards that have come out is the Void and Darkness. Wow, there's some really deep healing, emotional healing that's going on here. There's a bit of the dark night of the soul energy that's come up here. Let's take a look at this, Leo. What is going on for you at the moment? Yeah, the void is that space that you're in at the moment where you're really feeling the need to rest and to reset. Can you see this person lying in the darkness there? Don't know if you can see that. Here we go. Yeah. Now, the message around this is a time to release and to relax. You know, when we go to sleep, we let all of the cares that we let go, right? And we put our head on the pillow and we relax. We go, oh, the day's over. So Spirit is saying, this is what you need to do now, is to release and let go and stop resisting. Okay, you've had a lot of built up resistant energy that is really affecting your clarity. It's causing you to feel very emotional and it's affecting your physical health. So in this void, see this in this space of rest and letting go is the opportunity of possibility. So it's not just about resting and being in the darkness, which can feel very comforting. It is also about recognizing the possibilities. There is nothing to fear in letting go of negative patterns and habits. Okay? There's nothing to fear. In fact, it's going to benefit you. And so Spirit is saying, let go. Let go of the old version of you, of how you've been thinking and doing things. Yeah. So with this darker moon situation here, there are possibilities here for you to start a fresh, clean slate. Okay? This is very powerful in its own way. So even though the dark moon here looks, a little ominous and in some ways it can feel a little, stepping into the unknown. What it really is a state of everything and nothing at the same time. It's a place where you get to prepare and to rest. In that restful state, it's so much easier to have the clarity, as your body and your mind begin to let go and let go of resistance. Inspiration comes, healing comes, It's a very beautiful place to be. So if you're feeling the desire to step out of the everyday contact of everyone, the social scene, the chaos that's around you, then give yourself that space to do that. Allow yourself that time to rest and to reflect and be in that space to recuperate. And it's in that space you're going to come back to self and to recognize yourself and see yourself and understand what is meant for you and the pathway forward. Now we've got the darkness card that's come up as well. I'm just fascinated that these two came out at the same time. So let's take a look at this one. Yeah, it's a very, very similar message. It's about entering a time of introversion. So turning inwards to plan and to strategize. Yeah. So it's about doing that shadow work, and as you give yourself permission to do that shadow work and to look at the things that perhaps in the light of day feel a little bit too confronting, as you do this, it's going to give you or pay you really wonderful dividends in the end. It's going to be so worth you doing it. So rather than hold tightly on to what has been, let it go. Let it completely go and allow this time, this beautiful time, to help you to go through that transformation process and to rest and to get the clarity that you need. So in reality, sometimes people can be afraid of the dark and afraid of confronting the shadows and their inner truth. But we need the dark as much as the light. We need both. And it's in the restful light of the moon or the darkness that we can perhaps face our truth a little more easily. We can stay close to home, and close to home can be physical as well as spiritual, feeling at one with who we are in that private personal space where we feel safe to look more closely at ourselves, and we can start to understand ourselves more deeply and to plan for the future. Yeah. So this is a really beautiful time of transformation for you, Leo, and I love the fact that both these cards came out. So it's really confirming. It's almost like that hermit energy. It's so necessary for where you are right now as you're going through this transformation, dealing with perhaps some disappointments, dealing with some healing energy, and building up your strength and your clarity so that when it's time to emerge and the sun comes back out again for you, and it does, okay, you will have the strength, you will have the clarity, you will know exactly what it is that you need to do, what to put in place, so that you can reconnect and start again with a beautiful new energy in your life. A fresh, clean slate is what it's all about. Wow, okay. Now I feel like there's one other message that needs to come out. What is the card that needs to come out? What's the message? Okay. All right, so here's going to be our last card for the reading. This is most unusual, the cards that I've chosen for this reading today. So this is an energy card. I normally start the reading with this, but I'm feeling drawn to finish on it, and there it is. The Temple Path. I've not seen that one before. So the Temple Path. Wow, this almost feels like your inner sanctuary as well. I love that. All right, so let's see what the message is here for the inner sanctuary. Spiritual purpose and support. Okay, so this card is representing your spiritual evolution. The winding path you are on leads to a blessed temple in a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny that your soul has had in mind for this lifetime. So this is why this transformation is happening, Leo. Okay, there is a very, very good reason for all of this. And from a soul perspective, you're on a spiritual pathway here, and your soul is leading you to this beautiful temple. Yeah. So whatever it is that you're going through, everything that you're going through, it's all part of your soul's process of growing and transforming. You're also on a karmic pathway and you're heading in the right direction, which is good to know. Okay, you are heading in the right direction. So the choices that you're making now are important for your personal growth and for life lessons. Now, the light around the temple here represents the spirit world. Can you see the lights there, the twinkling lights? They are spirit. Your family members, friends, angels, those who've passed on, they're all of those people, entities, are your spiritual helpers. And they're there to assist you, not just for now, but for the long term. Okay? Call upon them at any time and be open to their wisdom, to their love and their guidance. They're there to inspire you and to encourage you. So this is a very beautiful time in your life, Leo. It's life expanding, it's soul growth for you, and it's helping you to keep your personal priorities in the forefront and just recognize that it's all about your spiritual connection as well. Yeah. So, pay attention to your higher intentions rather than what's physically in front of you. We experience physical distractions in our life, temptations, people with toxic energy and people who are focused on their own personal agenda. You need to move towards your spiritual home, your purpose. Connect with your spiritual guides who are there to assist you and show you the way so you are not distracted from your pathway. So stay focused on your higher intentions, Leo. That's very important. It's going to help you to move forward in your life in very dramatic ways, in very positive ways. So stay connected with Spirit and your higher self, and you are going to have a wonderful experience and a wonderful influence on everything that's in your life at the moment. Yeah, so staying on your path. So sometimes if we're experiencing the wobbles, Leo, we need to remind ourselves to come back to that place where we can meditate and create stillness for inner peace and for clarity. We can't stay on our path when we're going crazy busy, listening to everybody else, being affected by the pushes and the pulls of people's agendas. The external world can get very challenging and chaotic. If you feel yourself drifting from your path and drifting away from your inner peace, step away and go and create some moments of stillness to come back to yourself and back to your purpose and your spiritual pathway. Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful message. I'm going to leave it at that, Leo. There's a lot going on in your energy at the moment, and I do encourage you to re-watch this reading. There's a lot of different aspects to it. It's a journey. All right, Leo, I hope you've enjoyed your reading. Leo, that was a very interesting reading. I have to apologise. I did have a couple of distractions during your reading, and that's more to the point that, you know, life and our external world is going to distract us and pull us off our path at different times, but we can always get back onto the path. We've just got to remind ourselves. So be sure to stay in your practical head. Don't let fears get the better of you. Make sure that you leverage the resources around you. Keep balance in your life. Stay focused on your purpose. Know that you can do this, and give yourself that time to go within, that quiet time to do the inner work, and know that it's going to be so beneficial for you. You are stepping into a new stage of your life that's going to be for the long term, and it's going to bring a lot of abundance for you. So Leo, I hope you've enjoyed that reading, and if you have, please give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Let people know about Living with Spice. The Divine is here to help everyone. Have a beautiful week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye now.